and gentlemen, Mr. Hescox back talking about my physical science classes. We are in chapter 3. This is officially going to be section 3. Your homework or your warm-up question there was name 3 energy conversions. So you could go with chemical energy in your body to heat. You could go with chemical energy to motion, which would be kinetic energy. You could go with nuclear energy to heat, or you could go nuclear energy to electromagnetic if you're making electricity. It could be as much as electricity to light. So that's electricity to electromagnetic. Um, it could be kinetic to potential, potential kinetic. So many different types of energy conversions out there. Your homework we'll go over in class. What is a solar cell? Well, this is pretty much the future of electricity right now. The sun gives us energy. You have a particular silicon diode, and it causes electrons to be excited. And then we're going to talk about technology and dealing with energy in the future, specifically because of our overdependence on fossil fuels and the look for alternative energies. When we're done, you guys have some reading, and there will be a worksheet in Google Classroom. New technologies have improved energy efficiency. LED lights are more efficient than incandescent lights. Incandescent lights actually had a tungsten filament in them that would get very, very hot, and when it got hot, that would actually make the light, but it was so hot you could get burnt very, very easily, and they used a ton of electricity. Where LED lights use 97, 98% of the electricity used to light, they use much less electricity. Fluorescent lights are more efficient than incandescent, but they are not as efficient as LED lights. You know, when I switched my house Christmas lights from the old incandescent light bulbs to LEDs, my energy bill for December, which was always really, really high, was $40 less than when it was with LED, the incandescent kind. Sometimes you still see some of the fluorescent lights in your house. They look like corkscrews, or if you have them in, like I have incandescent or fluorescent lights in my garage. But the new wave of lighting is definitely LEDs. Cars are much more efficient than they were when I grew up. Today we have high efficiency fuel injectors that make the fuel very, very efficient. We have turbos on some cars, and a lot of the Fords are now coming out with these turbos that force air in and make them much more energy efficient. We have hybrids. A hybrid actually captures the energy of the car when you hit the brakes. And when you hit the brakes, it captures some of that energy and stores it in batteries. So when you're at a very slow pace or when you're stopped and you pull out again, it actually runs on electricity and then the engine kicks in. So by running a little bit on electricity, you save the gasoline on that, and you actually charge the batteries in the car every time you hit the brakes. Bigger in this area, you see them on the mountaintops, solar and wind energy. Mostly wind energy right now. There was a company called Gamesa that came in and put all of those windmills that you see along the mountain ridges. They are more and more taking place of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are non-renewable. In our area of Pennsylvania, most of our electricity comes from burning coal. A lot of the wind energy, though, does not go to Pennsylvania. It's actually bought by other states. Specifically, Delaware buys a ton of our electricity because they actually have it in their state constitution that they have to buy renewable energy. But you're seeing more of these windmills popping up on ridges where you have good airflow, and you're seeing them out in the ocean. By putting them out on the ocean, when the currents come in, they cause breezes and the wind of the ocean actually keeps them going. The downfall of solar energy, the downfall of wind energy is sometimes it's not windy, sometimes it's not very sunny. So when it's not very sunny, you don't make a lot of energy. Today it's very dreary out. You wouldn't have much sun, you would not be producing a large amount of energy. Let's talk 3 things in your house that are energy efficient, 3 things that are not energy efficient. Well, if you were going with things that are energy efficient, you could say energy efficient appliances if you know which ones you have. The microwave is much more efficient than a stove. You could go with LED lights. You can go with, some people have tankless hot water heaters that actually are very energy efficient. You can get high efficiency furnaces. Different types of TVs are more energy efficient. You can have energy efficient or energy saver refrigerators or energy saver different types of appliances. Things that are not typically very energy efficient, your dryer is very energy inefficient. Air conditioners are not energy efficient. Refrigerators sometimes are, sometimes aren't, depending on the model. Hair dryers are very energy inefficient. And then obviously, like, cars and trucks are really not that efficient for the amount of energy that we pour into them in the gasoline. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that takes us to the end of chapter 3. You can expect quizzes and tests coming soon, vocab quizzes, tests. And until next time, I'm Mr. Hescox. Be good, be safe, and I'll see you then.